This is to demo the GG shortcut. This was the simplest shape I could find to demo it. So although this isn't, in fairness, quite the simplest shape, maybe I'll do another one another time. It is much simpler. This illustrates it quite nicely. So if I just do plain old, so first of all we'll select, say, these edges. So I'm in edit mode, edge select. If I now do plain old G, then there's no constraint about where I can move that. If I do a GX, let's see what that gives. That's that kind of thing. If I do GZ, say, we got that kind of thing. If I do a GY, right, and then if I go to GG, this happens. So it's constraining it along the perpendicular, the edges that are perpendicular to it. Now it may be that in a an engon that there's different behaviour, but this is enough for me to understand how it behaves. So it's constraining itself to respect the right angles of the linked edges. And kind of helpfully, the yellow line says this is where I'm going to be constraining it now, and as it reaches an edge, then, or rather I suppose the edge there that it's showing is the sort of the historical edge. GG again, let's just look at that again. So yeah, that is saying, let's think. So I'm going to go right up to, no, it's not. I'm going to go right up to, this is the potential line that I've drawn for you that I'll respect. What happens, for instance, if I include this one now? Okay, well, yeah, let's see what happens there. GG. So the GG there does that. That's quite nice. So that gives me a means of, another means of sliding a loop cut. What happens if I just say plain old? So with shortest path all around the loop cut selected, if I just do plain old G, what does that do? That's quite different. So yeah, I can do what the hell I want with that. Let's see what GX does. G shift X rather. Is that right? Yeah. G shift X. I can do all that. And again back to GG. Then it's not impacting. It's only, what is it only impacting? I don't even know how to describe it. But oh, it's the immediate. So it sets its limit, it seems, at the next parallel edge along in either direction. It's how it feels. If I do the same thing with the G shift X, then does it constrain itself at all? Evidently not. No. Go beyond the boundaries of those where GG is very specifically does that and almost has the effect of taking away of dissolving or deleting the edge. So if I do an escape there now, and this time I do an X, collapse, delete edge loops. Okay, is that the same thing as if I Control Z that, and if I now do a GG, does that amount to the same thing? Maybe it does, but it means I've got an additional edge there, a duplicate edge, and that's kind of, I guess, emphasized by the thickness I see there. So if I do a Alt click, Alt LMB, and then I do an X, delete edge loops. That's interesting. Now it's selected everything between those two. Just out of interest, with that set of faces selected, what happens if I say, okay, that's catastrophic. Okay, if I say, where was I? No, I was doing an X, wasn't I? To collapse edges and faces. Nope. X again. Limited dissolve. Interesting. X again. Dissolve faces. X again, because nothing seemed to happen. Dissolve faces. Okay. Maybe it doesn't make sense in that context. Control Z. So that was a dissolve X. Okay, if I just said bridge edge loops, nothing. If I say dissolve edges, all that. Delete edges, that. Unsubdivide. Split, nothing. Sorry, X. Only faces. Yeah, makes sense. X. Only edges and faces. Okay, yeah. X. Faces. X. Edges. X. Vertices. Okay, is there anything else I want to kind of explore here while I've got the chance? Let's take, say, these ones. What would that? How does that differ? So GG. Okay, whereas GY, yeah, it's not. This GG, yeah. So it only really is of any use. So you see it's saying these are the edges that are impacted, but because they're parallel to each other or extensions of the same edge, then there's no difference to choose between that and say G, Y. Whereas over here, because we've got, say, where's the control, bump and control, yeah. Here, if I say GG, again, there's no impact on the smooth line below. I can't point to it because of the, I'll mess up what I'm doing. So that was GG, whereas, shame it doesn't come out on a screencast, whereas GX is gonna, sorry, GY rather, GY is gonna, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just think GG. And if I just did that, GG, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it wants this brought in, doesn't it? For it to be meaningful. Yeah, I still don't really know how to describe it, but that's fine. Okay, it's enough playing.